And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial, guys. Now we need to create our database to be sure that everything is working as expected. But before that, I do have a database I can use to test the whole system. This is it right there. It's called student. But for the sake of those that don't know how to create this, I'm going to have to put one together. So minimize that. Let's exit out. First of all, I'm going to try this out to make sure it works. So right underneath here, I want to create my function. So I'm going to call that function connect underscore to underscore database. That's my function there. Next, using try catch in case if there's any error, or try exception in this case. So in case there's any error, I'm going to say, let's say connect that will be equals MySQL dot connector dot connect. Okay, what are you connecting to? You are connecting to this. Grab all of that. So we say all of the datas. There we go. I wouldn't want you to say return the connector. Return. There we go. Else, or the exception, that would be the error handler. So if there's MySQL connector error, it's going to be asked that. And this MySQL connector error should display the following message. So let's say message box dot show error message. And that's going to be database error, comma, format error, column, and let's call our variable that we declared there. There we go. And just run that out. There we go. So if I succeeded in connecting to these students, there shouldn't be any error. So I'm going to run that now. Run. There's no error message. All right, I want the system to actually call this my function. So I'm going to kind of like place the function right underneath here. It's just okay to make sure it actually call that database. There we go. There's no error. See that? All right. So supposing to prove a point, I want to kind of like mess this up. That is the database. I'm just going to enter whatever in there. And I want you to call this database. Of course, I don't have any database called that, as you can see. So I'm going to run it now. An error message should be displayed. Look at that. It's telling me the student 76786, whatever. It's not there. It's unknown. Okay. So you can see that my connection is working. So let's close this. Now run. Brilliant. No error message. Nothing. Okay. You see this my form. I'm going to kind of like move it up. Let's come in here. Where is it? Where I have my geometry. Let's move it up a little bit. I'll change that to 80 instead of 100. So run it again. All right. We can even make it maybe 50. Let's move up a little bit. Okay, that's much better. All right, close that. Now we know how to grab hold of our database and so on, but you guys need to know how a database is created. So I am going to close this entirely. Close. And this is my XAMPP. Let's assume it's closed. Now I believe you all know how to install your XAMPP. This is my XAMPP. Officially, you get something that says start. Just click on Apache and also click on MySQL here. Okay, I'm going to select admin. That should open up PhpMyAdmin. Look at it. Local PhpMyAdmin. I'm not using this student. I'm going to create a new database entirely. So you click on database. Let's give our database a name. I'll just call, instead of student, I will call it learners. Okay, learners with an S. So that's going to be the name of my database. Click on create. The table, I'm going to call the table learners as well. And number of columns, I'm just going to make that 6. Click on create. Now let's start creating our data. So the fields, the first one is going to be known as student ID. The second one, first name, surname, address, mobile, and email. Okay, and change all of these to voucher. There we go. That is character, and character here as well. And here I'm going to leave this as integer and come right here across here, change this to my primary key and click on go. Change the number of data in there to about 5, and here it's going to be 50, 50, 50, or maybe 100 for the address, 50, and make this 50. Mobile number, change that to 11. That would be. Okay, that is it all done. If you want to view the SQL, you can always view it. That's it right there. Click on close, then click on save. Now, as you can see, that's the name of my table. Okay, I'm now going to change my database name to learners. Why did I change it? I changed it because the student have some data in it. So we meant to start afresh. If you look at that, let's click on student with an S, and you can see there's some data in it. Okay, so I don't want any data in the one we're meant to be using. So let's try this out to make sure it works. So I'm going to copy this to give me an error in case if it's not working. Oh, look at it, it's right there anyway. So let's run it. Click on run. There we go. It is working. As you can see, there's a database, there's linked to a database. So let's change the name of this database just to cause some confusion, to make sure the system can recognize it doesn't exist. There we go. It's telling me learner 455445 is not, cannot be found. So I'm going to just change it to the right name, run it one more time. So our database is officially in place. There. Okay. Brilliant. I can delete this for now. Next, the next thing I want to do is okay. Now let's work on adding the data. So I'm going to have to create a new function, and this function we're gonna call it, maybe let's say add new. Okay, let's come right down here. It's gonna be add new, and we can just copy all of this for now and change things around. Copy, and paste it right underneath here. This is where I have all my functions. In fact, let me just, let's paste it right there. Paste. And this is going to be known as add new underscore new. There. All right. So we first of all start by using try, then we want the system to get connected. So in this case, I want you to get connected to this database connector. Add new, please connect to the database connector. So get rid of all of this. There we go. Now I'm going to use an if statement. So let's get rid of this using if statement here. If, yeah, that's fine. If the connector, let's say cursor, and that's equals connect.cursor. Then once so create a variable that we call query. That's going to be equals using SQL insert into my database is called learners. This one, insert into learners the following. And what are we inserting into learners? It's going to be student ID and so on. I think I have it here. I'm going to grab hold of all of this, copy this instead of typing all over, and just come right here and paste it there. But get rid of all of this. Just put a comma in there. Forward. This is it. Okay, I'll just close that. So that's what I want the system to insert into admin. Student ID, first name, surname, address, bar, and email. Now, I'm going to use the following. Let's say the value. Values, and that is going to be, let's use a pound sign or percent. I'll just put an S in there, comma. So I need 6. Yes, I need 5 more. Spaced. There we go. I'll run that up there. So those are the values. Each of these represent this. Now, let's specify the values. Where did we get them from? We're getting them from here. We're getting them from the text box. So if you look at it, we have student ID, first name, surname, and so on. Okay, so let's come back in here. Underneath here, I'm going to enter values. That is going to be the following entry. So first one is student ID dot get. Grab hold of student ID and whatever you have inside student ID, get it. Enter parentheses. Repeat the same thing for first name and paste that here. Add a comma, paste. First name dot get. Space that there. That's for the third one, fourth one, fifth. and the 6th. Okay, now the next one is going to be address. Grab all of address, copy, and just paste that there. Next is mobile number. That's one. So this one should be here. Okay, place mobile here. This is going to be for address. Alright, cut that off. We need surname here. Surname. Grab all of that, paste that in here. And email is the last one. Okay, so those are the fields that will be stored inside this entering widget. They will store all of the data into these fields here. Okay, so we have one student ID, two first name, surname, address, mobile number or mobile, email. That is it, all done. So maybe I should even just let's break the address so that you guys can see it properly. Yep, that's it. Okay, that is that all done. So next thing we want to do now is to actually use the cursor to get it executed. Cursor dot execute, and that is going to be the query, comma, the values. There we go. And we then say connect dot commit, and we then close it. Dot close. There, all done. Now, finally, if there's any problem, I just want this here. If there's any problem, I want this to display this error message. Okay, let's add a message box too. There's a message box to display telling us there's something shown. So we can say message box dot information. Message box dot show information info. Yeah, so I can just say success. Yeah, comma. It's a data successfully added. There we go. Data successfully added will be displayed, so this will be the title that you guys will see. And that is it. Done. So I can try it out now. And as you guys know, there is nothing in this table there. Nothing. You can see those are the fields. The fields are empty. So I'm going to try this out, but before then, I also need a button that will call this. So let's go down and add this to the button that is called add. This is it right there. Look at it. So I'm just going to add something here. It's a comma command that is going to be equals this. Call that very function. That's what that means. Okay, I've just called the function in add new button. So let's go back up here. So decision time. Hopefully there's no error. Let me just run it and see. Run. Okay, so far there's no error. So let's add something in there. So I'm gonna call that 9990 and the name. Let me enter Kemi an address number 23 High Road, Virginia. There. And here mobile number. There we go. Email address gmail.com. Okay, decision time. Let's see if it works. I'll show you the database again. There's nothing in there. And let's click on add. Right. So let's see what's happening. I think I need to check and make sure these names are correct. That's line 1. Okay. Let's close that. There's nothing on here, as you can see. Okay. I think if I have the solution to this. Look, actually close the bracket. That's an error. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to try it again. I believe it should work now. Let's run it again. I'm going to just enter that and enter Kemi again. Kemi. All right, let's come in here and just enter that and email Kemi@gmail.com. Click on add. There we go. It's successful. Look at that. I'm going to click on OK. Let's go to my database now. As you can see, there's nothing here. I have to click on refresh. There we go, guys. Look at Kemi's details right in there. Okay. So that shows that the system is working as expected. All right, let's continue. I'm going to exit out. Now the next thing is, let me take care of updates. Update data. I'm going to ask you to update the data and update record as well. Update data, record, and refresh and reset. Let's do this. Take care of some maybe the update data first. After that, so right underneath here or above here, I can ask you to define the following. So I'm going to call it update. Oh, upload data. First of all, let's upload the data first. You say upload the data so that I can view it. There. The data to be uploaded. Let's come grab hold of all of these and now change it around anyway. I'm just paste it in here. Paste. Upload. And after that we take care of updates. Then here I want to change all of this. Get rid of this message box and every other thing in here. Yeah, just get rid of everything. So say try equals connect to database, this very one, and using an if statement. So if the cursor equals that, and I want this, so I can just grab this again, just paste it in there. If connect equals cursor dots, so now I want the cursor to execute as follows: cursor dot execute. I'm using SQL select all from my database called Learner. That is it right there, learners. So select all from learners and paste that right there. Okay. Now what I was selecting, we're selecting each rows. That's going to be equals also dot threshold. And let's close it now. Close connect dot close. Okay. So I want everything displayed on my rows on the tree view. So using a for loop here. So let's say for rows in tree. Okay, dot get underscore children. What are we getting? Let's see, roll dot delete. You get anything rows. Okay, so we then want you to insert as follows. So we'll say row. Let's say for rows in rows. Rows in rows. Want you to insert the following. So let's say tree dot insert. Now and comma up to the end. Value rows. Else, if there's any error, display that message. It is right underneath here. Or we can just make that message to be specific. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'll just change that to exception E as E. So message box that show error, and that is going to be error. And just format that to the string that will be E for my error message. Yeah. Okay. So the whole idea is for this upload to load up whatever on the tree view. So I'm going to call this upload, copy it, and come right down here of the add. Once we click on that, it should upload the necessary data. I'm going to run it now. Run, and let's enter whatever there and here. Let's say the name is Isle Brown. 45 rounds rate. It should lead us there. And here, let's enter that. Okay, and the email that should be that at, let's say, hotmail.com.co.uk. So decision time, I'm going to click on add. Successful. There we go. Look at that. Okay. And now let's go into the database itself. That's the database. All I need to do is just click on refresh. There we go. Look at that. So that's working. Very good. So let's take care of the update record itself if I want to carry out any changes. Okay. Oh, all right. I just need 1, 2, 3. All right. And these ones. Let's take care of these two first before the updates. And I'm going to come right down here. First of all, I'm going to take care of these resets. Reset underscore, reset the fields. There. Now, that is going to be as follows. All of these, those are what I'm resetting. So I'm going to copy them instead of reinventing the wheel. Just copy and delete what I don't need. Paste. It should be E here. There we go. Now, let's separate it. Okay, for the reset, now get rid of this. So it's going to be dots delete t, that's 0 comma tk.n. That's the first one. That's for the delete or reset. Copy and paste. All right, that should take care of my resets. Reset done. Okay, so I'm going to take care of exits. So come right down here and just say I quit, and that is going to be I quit. To display this message box, that's going to be equals enter dot message box dot ask yes or no. Yeah, and that's going to be equals let's just say student database management system, something like that. Okay, comma. So I just enter confirm if you want to agree. That's the message that will be displayed. This is the title. Okay, title, message to be displayed. So using an if statement, if I quit is less than 0 or greater than 0, then we say root dot destroy and return. There, that is my exit and reset. So these two functions, I'm going to add them to the button. So come right there. Let's come in here. This is exit. Exit here. Just gonna say command equals I quit. That's for the exit. And the other one is the reset. This is the reset. Just say command equals reset. Okay. All right. So let's try that out. Look at my spelling of exit. Let's check correct that. Okay, I'm going to try this out now. Click on run. Enter whatever data in here. There we go. Reset. Brilliant. Exit. Yes. No. Exit. Yes. That's very good. One other one that I need to reset is the search, because if I come in here now and I can reset, but I did not reset this. So let's reset the exit as well. The search, I mean. So come right down here, and the search is going to be entry underscore search and reset. There. Now run. Okay, that's fine. There we go. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.